Hey everyone, this is Forte, your host, and welcome to the Forte Effect, the place where technology, creativity, and innovation meet to discuss the future of work. Guess who we have today? A friend of mine that I met in 1997 at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Nichole is here and she's going to talk about navigating change embedded with creativity. So,
Hey,
Nichole, welcome.
everybody. Hey, thank you for having me. Thank
Excellent. How are you
you.
feeling right now?
You know what? I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling happy.
Oh, very
So,
good.
yes. How you
Uh,
feeling? How you
I
showing
feel
up today?
hey, I feel excellent. I mean, 1997 and to still know somebody, that's almost unheard of nowadays. And we're
Yeah,
still here. We are still here, and
that's
that's
crazy.
excellent. It
With
is.
all
It
the
is.
ebbs and flows of friendship, that's crazy and it's commendable. And I appreciate your friendship. I really do.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for that. And I appreciate this opportunity to learn more about you. And most importantly, our audience get to hear your story and be able to connect with you through your journey. That's what we're going to do tonight or today.
Okay.
Depends on what country we're in because we're everywhere. So, just to kind of kick things off in terms of looking at you, how would you describe yourself as a person outside of any job title or career?
I would describe myself as, first off, a daughter, a sister, a mother, and aunt, but I am a creative, a nurturer. I'm a traveler. I'm a foodie. Girl, I love to eat. I'm a friend and a devoted learner. I'm ever growing. So that's how I would describe myself.
Well, that's a pretty packed description right there. One point that jumps out at me, of course, I like the word creative and you being a creator, but you're a mother. So how would you say that motherhood has actually shaped you as a woman and as a person? And by the way, you look beautiful.
Girl, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes.
You do too, as always. So being a mother has taught me selflessness and some discipline. My daughter is my world. And I'm saying was because she's going on 19. But that's what that did for me. It taught me to look outside of myself and take care and nurture someone. So that's what having a daughter did for me. She is the
Oh,
apple of my eye. She's my joy.
oh wow. Okay. So you say your she's 19 now. Is she in college or
She'll be
anything?
19. She'll be 19 in May. She is studying at Alabama State University. Go Hornets. That's
Yeah.
where my money is going. And she's doing good. This is we're going into second semester. First semester was awesome. So yeah, just trying to keep her focused, give her a little bits of nuggets to help her in life, even during my transition from work.
Okay. All right. We're going to dig further into that. But, and shout out to Big Bama State. Alabama State is definitely in the house. So if you're listening to this or you're watching, we want to make sure that we show some love to our HBCU. So kudos to Alabama State. Now, as you think about all the descriptors, how you describe yourself, what parts of your personality do you feel have actually just that have remained constant throughout your life?
So a couple of things. My kindness to others, my kindness to myself. I'm financially savvy. That's what I like to call it. People may call it cheap. I don't care. I'm financially savvy. I've always been that way, even in the days of college years and going to Taco Bell for that dollar menu. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. And eating at the church for free to hear a sermon.
Yes.
My creativity has remained and my spirit for travel. Those are definitely four things that have remained constant with me. And I'm ever evolving, but those are constant.
Okay. And as you mentioned travel, what is your favorite place that you've traveled to thus far?
Oh my gosh. So I am absolutely in love with Paris. I am I was gonna say I'm in love with Jamaica, but I would say it holds a special place in my heart. But
Okay.
Paris, I think everybody should go to Paris. And I know some people do
Okay.
not like French food, but when you're in Paris, I would tell people to try more than just French cuisine. It's a
Okay.
plethora of people over there. There's tons to eat, tons to do. It's a walking city, something that we don't really get to do in America.
Hmm.
And yeah, I love it. I love it. Even though I can't speak the language and I don't understand what they're saying, I love it.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you've remained to be an avid traveler. You've been able to
Yeah.
keep that kindness and that creative side. So as you think about maybe your younger self, what dreams or interests that you have kind of stand out to you?
So my younger self, I was thinking, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to Hollywood and I can be somebody's nanny. So I can go on all the trips
Oh,
on
wow.
they dime and make money. And I like kids a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
then I had a dream of modeling, which is something I actually accomplished, and I did that. And then, even as early as in my high school years, I wanted to travel.
Oh,
Yeah, I was born and raised in Gaston, Alabama, which is
okay.
a little bitty speck on the map of Alabama. But living in such a small place, you don't get to experience so much unless you do travel. And so that was always my dream.
Oh,
And
wow.
so here I am.
Yeah, I will say I'm gonna definitely have to drop a thumbnail because when you speak of modeling, it is exhibited by the way that you look tonight. So you definitely showing up in this studio. We appreciate and honor your beauty there. And that is a
Thank you.
wonderful thing. All the things that you said about yourself, do you think sometimes that women, we carry multiple identities and we struggle to honor all of them? What are your thoughts on that?
Everybody, I think every woman struggles with holding many different hats. It does not matter a race, just being a woman, period. You're there to nurture, you're there to be a therapist sometimes, to be a doctor, nurse sometimes. We all struggle with the aspect of holding multiple hats. And it's daunting. It's daunting and it's draining. But I think when you have a great support system around you, whether it be a family, whether it's friends, or if you need to seek somebody professionally, I think that helps out a lot. But yeah, we're built for this apparently, you know. God made us this way for a reason. So I
Mhm.
guess this is what we do.
It is, and you're right. It seems as if no matter what your race is, as a woman, you definitely wearing multiple hats and different identities, and we're expected to kind of balance a lot of different things, and that's even more prevalent and true in today's busy hustle, bustle, grind culture. Got to work, make things happen, which moves us into something that I know has happened recently, or you are a person of a very long career and you just had a career change, a career of almost 27 years with a company. And I know you've seen a lot of ebbs and flows. So when you saw your career path changing, or how, did you notice it, or what happened? Did you look at new interests or possibilities, or it was slowly, but it still happened, the change?
So my interest in other things started way it started way before this initial change happened. So let me say my this change that's happening in my life is I had 27 and a half years of service at one company.
Wow.
And a year ago, year and a half ago, they slowly started to dismantle departments. So when people ask me about my job, I say I was fired 3 times in less than a year. Yes, in less than a
Wow.
year, I heard, okay, I hear you, God. Do something different.
Hmm.
But yeah, my interest in other things came way before my 27-year break. I thought about doing massage therapy. So during my 27 years, I went to massage therapy school.
Yes.
Here recently, I have fallen in love with day trading and the stock market. So I pivoted and oh my goodness, if I had more time from the job I had since I was 25. So that's been ongoing even in these later years. It's still ongoing. So yeah, my interest in stuff has been for other stuff has been ongoing. Yeah, even with social media and its growth and doing some content creation. I've always had other interests. I'm a creative.
Yeah.
So me working a 9 to 5, that kind of holds me back. It holds me down.
And you said that
Yeah.
was 27 and a half years with one company?
Yes. 27 and a half years. A lifetime for some people. Yes.
Yeah, that is, yeah, 27 and a half years. I had to jot that down on a piece of paper just to kind of see what that looks like. That is almost unheard of now, especially from how you appear. What I do know is that you entered into that workspace early in life, and with the abrupt career change, you're wearing it very gracefully. That is not to be undermined
Yeah.
or dismissed, because when things happen like that, 27 and a half years with the same career, the same company, not just same career, the same company. That's loyalty and
The
dedication,
same company.
and then it ends. That is a lot to absorb, but you're navigating, you're adapting. So, how do you think your other areas of interest are revealing more about who you are in this season? How is this like your becoming? Is that Michelle Obama's book? Becoming. I
I
think it is. Yeah.
becoming oh. I'm becoming her.
That's it.
You know what? I really don't know. I know it is forcing me to examine myself, see what life looks like ahead. I've always said, oh, I work at yada, 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 and I got this great job. I'm making good money. I got benefits. But all in all, that shouldn't define me.
Right.
And I never thought I would think it did, but it kind of does. I
Hmm.
mean, 27 and a half years, I kind of become what I do.
Right.
So I've been forced to think about those other pieces of me that I have suppressed and can now use and bring back. And I'm make, I'm actually getting excited about new opportunities. I'll say that.
Well, you look like it because you're smiling. And, I heard what you said, but I want to make sure that our audience hears that once again. You framed, even though we know that we're more than a job title, we sometimes align who we are with that title. We are,
Yes,
like if they say, "Hey, who are you?" We instantly introduce ourselves with what we do,
what we do.
not who we are. Because we
Yeah.
started this conversation with, who are you? How would you describe yourself? That's who you are. You a mother, you a sister, you a creator, you're a nurturer, you're kind. That's even more than a job title, because
Yes.
what you referenced is that you had those benefits, a nice job, pretty decent salary, but who you actually are, you might have missed some of it. And now you're digging in. So when you have your device and you're capturing content and you're getting ready to make some videos or you're taking pictures, what do you enjoy about storytelling? How are you feeling? What are your emotions there? What's going on?
um, you know what? I don't know what it is. It's a rush. It's really enjoy. the editing process, I think, more than the actual filming of everything, just for the storytelling part. I've had the opportunity to film content and turn something into a mini movie. And when also a movie buff, I love movies. And so
Okay.
when I'm behind the camera and I get to be the director, it
Mhm.
is awesome to see how my story comes across.
Oh,
I
wow.
love that. Oh, why did they film it that way? Why did they do it that way? Because they're trying to get some kind of emotion out of you, or they're trying to sell you something and entice you to do so. But yeah, love the aesthetic of something. I love to see how I can make it look versus how it looks in person. You
Oh,
ever,
wow.
yeah, you ever see a purse on somebody's arm and like, oh, that's a cute purse. But if you see a commercial for this purse, they zoom in on the zipper and the
Yeah.
strap and oh, how the stitching looks. I love that piece. I love
Oh,
it. I think
wow.
that's beautiful when you get all the little facets and you put it together. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, yeah. You can tell by my voice and
Yeah,
how excited I am.
you are going in over there, like you're connecting with it with all you've given us the details. You didn't just go with the overlay of the purse. You zoomed in on it. You told us about the stitching, the strap, the zipper, a gold zipper or a silver zipper. I mean, you're all the way there. Think about you using your lens. What a lot of people might not know that's actually listening to this audio broadcast is that you're also leveraging our conversation with your TikTok audience there, which is pretty
I
great, isn't it?
do.
So make sure that you give them a shout out there and you let them know that you see them.
Hey, yes, family. We are live. Thank everybody for coming in.
All right. So as a mother, when you think about being creative or reinvent yourself, do you feel like that models resilience for your daughter or reinvention? What do you think you're showing her now during your season?
I really think I am showing her to keep pushing forward and to have some hope and to also use her creativity. Because when you think about creativity, I don't think most people think, oh, I got an idea to set us. When you have an idea is creativity.
Yes.
So, yes, I think I'm teaching her resilience. When I lost my job, I waited about a week. I think I waited like a week before I told her, like, mommy's no longer working at yada, yada, yada. And you want to know the first thing she said to me?
What did she say?
How are you going to make money? So I was, yeah. So I immediately went into, we're going to be okay, don't you? Like,
Right.
you must not know who I am. I got the hustle
Yes.
man spirit.
Ye-
Been telling her this entire time, there are plenty of avenues that I can jump into and make money. People make money all day, every day, doing a little this and a little that. We're going to be okay. And so sometimes she turns into my mother
Mhm.
and she tries to be financially savvy for me. So here recently, she went to get a job when she really didn't need one.
Mhm.
Her education is paid for. Thank you to her dad.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm like, I got this. I got this
right.
girl.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So she wanted to know, hey, how you gonna make money? But
Yeah,
is
how
she
you gonna make
also
money?
a creative person too? Does she have a creative side to her?
Not as much as I would like her to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
Now she
that's
does like modeling,
okay.
but that's the extent of what she's gotten from mommy. Traveling and modeling. Yeah.
Traveling and modeling. Her extracurricular growing up, were they similar to some of the things that you enjoyed as a young person or in your early years?
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, definitely. People call her my mini me.
Oh, wow.
So when I was younger, I danced in the band. I was on dance line. I sung in the choir at school, and I did a little ballet in middle school. And she's followed along. She has been
Okay.
dancing since she was about 6 years old.
Okay.
And we took it a step up and we did competitive dance. So yeah. So for her, dance would be her creative, if you want to
Okay.
put it that way. Dance is her
Right.
creative piece. Dance, modeling, yeah. But she's also a nurturer. So she's going to
Okay.
school for nursing. She's been a nurturer since she's been on this earth,
Oh,
like making
wow.
sure everybody else is okay and everybody else is comfortable.
Hmm.
So she's got a couple of things from me.
Yeah, and that's amazing that throughout a career of 27 and a half years, because I know you've probably spent a lot of time with working, rearing her, but you've still been able to exhibit some of those characteristics, and she's your mini me. So that's a kudos to you for your good work. So when you
Thanks.
think about your life change and how you're finding your strength, what do you think has helped you stay grounded or hopeful?
So I fail at reading my Bible every single day, but I do have one scripture that I read one time and that always sticks with me, and that's Proverbs 3:6.
Hmm.
Acknowledging God in all his ways, and he will direct your path. So I lean heavily on that. And aside from that, in the natural, our power bubble group, we've got a group of women who come together once a month. We share our wins, we share what we can do better, we share our goals. And it may seem to be little, but it's
Hmm.
really great because it's a way to recognize and be grateful for what has happened and you wanted that. And it also gives you something to strive for.
Yes.
And the girls are gonna be, hey, what did you say about that? Yeah, they're gonna hold you accountable. Yeah, we're gonna
Yes.
hold each other accountable. And just knowing that even though somebody else may not be making or had the job I had, there's somebody out there making it with less.
Yes.
And so I shouldn't keep my focus on where I was and strive just to move forward.
That's right. Yeah. Moving forward is always a good thing. So during this season of change, what has surprised you most about yourself?
That at times I can be lazy.
Yeah.
At times I can be super driven and
Yes.
go so hard that I tire myself out. So that's after I've been lazy for a little bit. Then I go
Right.
hard and tire myself
Yes.
out.
That makes
Um,
sense.
that makes sense, right?
Hmm.
And I've learned that I need structure. So going back to what has motherhood taught me,
Yes.
when my daughter was little and she needed my help, I was disciplined. I was
Okay.
disciplined on what she ate, what time we went somewhere, when she got up, the whole routine of taking care of a kid. But now that she's older and I don't have to take care of her, man, discipline is out the window. I got I got to structure my life back together.
Oh,
I got to
wow.
get together.
Okay. Well, after working somewhere for 27 and a half years, I would say you definitely deserve to have some of those hashtag lazy moments. And then you go back and balance it out by being driven. So that's once again, that supports your ability to do what you have to do and wake up optimistic and go make it happen for the next day. So a theme as I've listened to you, it keep resonates about nurturing, caregiving, and kindness. You're now helping with another journey within your journey and being of service to someone in your family. And it's interesting because I never knew this about you, and I've been knowing you now since 1997. I never knew that you wanted to like go to Hollywood and help take care and like be
Yeah.
a nanny or anything. Now, I saw
Mhm.
you in Hollywood. I saw you in Hollywood modeling, but not
Yeah.
the nanny part. So you definitely
Yeah.
surprised me tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
That one was a good one. So tell us about your journey now.
It was a way to get to Hollywood.
Exact.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
All
saying?
right. It
It
was a
was a
way to
way to
get to
pay for
Hollywood.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it seems like you really have a strong nurturing spirit. So tell us about what you're doing now with helping with a little small newborn. Why is this important, or why did you take this step?
Okay. So my cousin lives in Texas and she was getting ready to have a baby. And I looked at my timeline for going back to work and what I was doing in life. And I think blessings come through people. And I think you
Yes.
should also be a blessing to people. So I decided, since I love San Antonio so much, hey, why don't I go to Texas, stay for a couple of months, and in the meantime, I can help my cousin with this new baby. She also has a husband and a 5-year-old, but just to be able to help them transition from newborn and getting the new child settled with the one that's already here and get to live in Texas for a little bit and get to enjoy it. So I have been in Texas since December of 2025, helping my cousin and her husband with their newborn baby, who I
Oh,
love so
wow.
much.
Wow.
Yeah, just being a blessing, being a blessing. And I love it. I can see why some people choose being a nanny as a profession
Yes. Okay.
because it's so rewarding to me. It feels rewarding to me. It speaks
Mhm.
to my spirit to help somebody when they need it. I believe a lot of women would have a nanny if they could afford one.
Yes. Look,
Yeah.
say that again for the people. They would what?
Y'all need a nanny. I might be one in the future, so look me up.
Wow.
You got to do a pivot, baby.
Yes. That's powerful when you think about in that role what you're actually doing for that family and providing support, or just a small little outlet that's very much needed. So I'm
Yes.
excited for you with that. And is you say that that's real work like a nanny? Is there a title to this in case someone that's listening they want to look it up or kind of explore it a little bit more? Is there a profession, a different title for that work?
So, in my research, I have discovered the title is postpartum doula.
Okay.
So, I believe when most people think of a doula, they think of somebody that helps with childbirth. They walk the mother and the father through breastfeeding the baby, getting the house ready, movements to make on the ball so childbirth is easy, or even helping out with home births. But this would be a postpartum nanny, postpartum doula, who actually
Yes.
comes in and they may do a little light housework, such as washing dishes or washing clothes, but they basically are there helping out with the baby. And if you're breastfeeding, they help you and give you advice about the breastfeeding and what needs to be done, but they're there to support the mother after the birth of the baby. So
Wow.
that could be as soon as the week of to maybe 6 or 8 weeks out.
Oh wow. That is good that you've actually used a season in your life where you're navigating an abrupt career change to go and be of service to someone, and particularly your family, because in many instances our family, our structures look different and we don't support each other the way that we used to. So that speaks volumes of your character because you could be selfish during this time, but you are choosing to uplift and show support and give a hand to your family. So good job on you for that. So as
Thank you.
we, yes, as we, since we're talking about our creative side and using cameras and videos, as we take our lens and we zoom much further out and we look further with a lot of hope and looking forward. What
Mhm.
would you say to women who feel that their identity has been shaken after losing a long-term career, what would you say?
I would say, let me be honest, it is hard. You will experience some anxiety, and I would tell you to, it is okay to take a beat, take a moment to just digest what has happened to you and not wallow in it, but feel what you need to feel. And then you need to get you a support group. You need to volunteer to do something. I think that really helps when you have purpose in this season.
Yes.
When you don't have purpose in this season, you wallow in, dang, I lost my job. Dang, what happens now? But when you stay active, you be a blessing to other people, people will be a blessing to you in ways that you wouldn't even know that they would be a blessing to you. Volunteering somewhere, do you know how many people you can meet? You
Yes.
don't know what avenues those people are driving in and how that can impact your life. So definitely get your support group. If you need to see a therapist, I say see a therapist. If you need to lean on family, lean on family, lean on friends, let them know what's going on, and take care of yourself. I have let myself slack in the health department
Yes.
because I got to be at work at this time. I get off at this time. I'm going to come home. I'm going to chill out, watch TV. And recently, I have been consistent and disciplined with being in the gym every morning, taking care of me. It's very important. It's very important. I would say definitely do that. If you do nothing else, take care of self.
Self-care. That's
Self
important.
care.
That's
Yeah.
important. Another one word that I know I've heard you frequently use over the years when the OT was available, your favorite word was overtime.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so good, even right now. Overtime.
That's right. We are in overtime with helping and extending, and that's a good thing. So I think that's a
Mhm.
key word when we look at how we create webs that we didn't even know could exist. You
Mhm.
said something like showing up to volunteer, showing up to give a hand. And we don't know
Yes,
what avenues people are actually driving on. So, even for the people that are listening, if you feel like you don't have a support system, if you feel like you can't pay for a lot of self care, or you don't have anybody to talk to, you probably can find a place to volunteer it. Usually
definitely.
that's something that you could leverage, and from there you will find and meet other people and discover new opportunities. And Nichole, thank you for referencing the power bubble. I definitely enjoyed it myself, and we hope that it continues to grow. So with all that you've said, how would you describe this chapter of your life? Or if you used a word or image, what exactly would it be?
Girl, wait a minute. So I got it right here. I got it.
Okay.
It would be okay if anybody young is watching this. Back in the day, we had this wonderful show called A Different World. That that is what my life is right now. I feel like these fresh new college students that
Okay.
have been thrown into college hundreds of miles away from home, having to gain new friends and figure it all out.
Oh wow. Yes.
Yes. And you know when you go to the restaurant and you see everybody and you say hey and you got the students working. Yeah, that's me. I get my hustle on little by little.
Okay. All right. So I like that. I definitely used to watch A Different World. It was one of my favorite shows growing up. So And I'm gonna have to go back and watch some more of those episodes since you brought it
Yes.
back to surface, and
Mhm.
that
It's
that
on
makes
Netflix.
sense. It's on Netflix. Okay, all right. I'll
Mhm.
have to go check it out. So, in this different world at this point, what does it mean to you to move forward instead of starting over? What does it mean to you?
So I don't want to say I want to start over because
Mhm.
starting over means it's almost like erasing.
Yes.
So I would choose to move forward. There is that was my part of my life back there. That's what I did. That's what happened. That's what got me here. So now what does the future look like going forward? Yes, I can make some references to the past, and yeah, I want to bring my skills with me, but I'm moving forward at this point. That time has already passed. It's already been spent. It's time to spend some more money on something else. It's time to move on.
All right.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what the future looks like.
All right. So as you embrace moving forward, I'll paint a quick visual. If since when we think about moving forward and not starting over, when we're in a car and you have a window in the front of you and that small review mirror in the back, the best thing to do is continue to look forward out of the front large window versus a very small review mirror. That's why it's like that. I
Amen.
personally navigated a lot of career change. I've had jobs, contracts, opportunities, and they ended abruptly. But it's not about me tonight. It is about hearing your story, your truth, and how you've navigated your change with creativity, moving further into your purpose after a career of 27 and a half years and still modeling as much as you can for your daughter to keep her inspired on her journey as she studies and moves into more of her sense of purpose and belonging. I will share one memory of you, childhood, kind of childhood, but it was we were young teens at UAB. Go
Hmm.
Blazers. I always enjoyed going skating. You were the only friend that I had that we could go skating. And because you were frugal, you knew on Tuesday night that the skating rink only cost $2. So it was budget friendly. It kept us active. It was youthful, and it incorporated
Hmm.
the gift of play. And we could be creative as we could on those roller skates. So I
Yes.
appreciate you. I honor your friendship. And I thank you for always having a calendar with some activities of things to do that keep us in touch with our younger selves, because sometimes as we navigate throughout life we forget who we are as a person. And it's like what you said, we actually tie our name and identity to a job title. But through our
Hmm.
conversation, we've learned from you that there's actually a lot more to it. And you have done
Yes.
so beautifully. And we really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Are there
Yeah.
any other thoughts or ideas or anything that you want to share with this audience tonight before we actually leave?
I do. So just to pivot and talk about something real quick. You mentioned how your life has changed several
Mhm.
times with the
Yes.
workforce. I was going to say something earlier about that when you were speaking about what makes me hopeful, and is knowing you. I'm not going to say people like you because it is
Yes.
you. Knowing you and knowing what you have done in life, and to see you navigate work in your professional life, it gives me optimism. It gives me hope because I'm like, my girlfriend did it. She does it every day. She's good. I'm gonna be good at it. I ain't
Yes.
got no man yet, but it's gonna be good.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you for always sewing into me when I need it and don't know I need it. Yeah.
Yes.
You give little nuggets and I appreciate it. You may not know that, so I'm telling you, thank you for your nuggets. Thank you for your friendship.
All right. And that is well received. Well, thank you for stopping by and joining us at the Forte Effect. And what we have come to realize is that reinvention is not starting over, it's simply moving forward. I'm Forte. I'm your host. Thank you, Nichole. And we'll see you the next time on the Forte Effect. Bye.